So we've located the food sources, we've located the bedding, and it's a no-brainer. We're now going to be looking for that travel corridor that's linking those two. This is where you're going to be set up and where that arrow is going to get launched from. It depends now on where you're at in the season of where you're going to be setting up in this travel corridor. And during the early season, you want to be tight to that bedding location that you can possibly get without spooking deer. I've had it numerous times now where I've gotten in, whether it be a windy day that covers up my noise, where I can get in and I've actually watched them get up out of their bed. A big thing though is going to be using your best judgment of going, how close can I push it to where you don't want to be bumping them out of their bed. And in these travel corridors, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for edges. Deer travel edges. Same thing with humans. Think about it. When you walk into the woods, start paying attention. Where are you walking? You don't realize it, but majority of the time you're walking along an edge. Whether it be a hard edge, which is where a field hits a timber, where it hits woods, or it might be a soft edge where you might be in oaks and it starts to transition into some shorter white pines. Those are all edges. Deer travel along those edges. The other thing is bottlenecks. These are your classic funnels where it starts pinching deer down. You have a wide woods, and it, just like it says, a bottleneck, it starts narrowing down. It pinches these deer down. With a bow, think about it. You can only shoot 20, 30 yards. I need to push or funnel and get these deer within bow range of me. That's why I love hunting these bottlenecks. Other one is points. Points are coming off of a marsh where you got some timber, you got some red brush, you create a point. Deer love traveling those points. Reason being is they don't want to expose themselves as much as they have to. So they're going to stay into that point until they expose themselves and maybe get back into more cover. When you're hunting ridge country, I start looking for terraces or benches. That's where your topographical maps are really going to shine. I want to find where that ridge starts coming down, it hits a flat spot, and that travels along a ridge. Deer love traveling those terraces or those benches. The other one is a hog's back or a finger that comes off of a ridge and maybe leads down to a food source. So you got your bedding up on top of a ridge and you can find that point or that hog's back that comes down towards a food source. It might be down in a valley. Setting up on those hog's backs is a phenomenal tactic for those ridge deer. And the big thing is hunt close to those beds, especially during the early season here in Wisconsin. Now I know the rut and everything falls a little bit different as you go south. Here in Wisconsin, I like to hunt tight to those beds in September to mid-October. As I start getting into later October, early November, especially in November, I start getting more out closer to that food source because those bucks start cruising, they start scent checking, looking for does. That's more of a rut tactic where I'm hunting, cross trails, where those bucks start cutting across trails, looking for hot does. Just be patient and be extremely cautious when you're getting that close to beds to your noise. That's where a good quality tree stand, you don't want any metal banging, you don't want any unnatural noises when you're getting in there. I always say hunt like a ninja. I want to get in there, slip in, see what's going on, do my hunt, and slip on out and bump as little deer as possible.